Most people assume that if someone rarely posts themselves online, it means one of two things. They're either insecure, or they don't have much going on. But that assumption quietly misses something important, because for some people, the decision not to constantly share their life online isn't about confidence at all. It's about identity. And if you're someone who rarely posts yourself, the real reason might be more psychological than you realize. Quiet observers tend to notice patterns most people overlook. They watch how people interact, how attention shifts, how quickly opinions change online. And over time, they begin to see something subtle about public attention. It's unstable. For some people, not posting themselves is simply a form of privacy. They learned early that not everything needs an audience. Some experiences feel more real when they stay personal instead of being turned into content. Others avoid posting because they've noticed how quickly online validation becomes addictive. A photo gets likes, a story gets reactions, and suddenly the brain starts expecting that response every time. So they quietly step back before that pattern takes hold. Then there are people who separate their identity from their public image. They don't feel the need to constantly present themselves, explain themselves, or prove what they're doing with their life. They're comfortable being unannounced. You might see them traveling somewhere interesting, learning a new skill, or going through a major life change, and none of it appears online. Not because they're hiding, because they're living it. There's also a simple psychological mechanism behind this. When something meaningful is shared publicly, the brain often replaces internal satisfaction with external feedback. Instead of enjoying the experience itself, part of the mind begins to monitor how others respond to it. And once that shift happens, the experience subtly changes. But here's the part people rarely talk about. Sometimes the people who post the least are actually the ones who feel the most secure about who they are. They don't need constant signals that their life looks interesting, successful, or validated. Their sense of identity isn't being negotiated in public, it's already settled internally. That doesn't mean posting is wrong. Humans naturally want to share moments and connect with others. But some people have simply discovered that not every part of life needs to pass through an audience to feel real. For them, meaning grows quieter. And maybe that's the deeper pattern behind it. Not insecurity, not secrecy, just a different relationship with attention. Because in a world where so much identity is performed publicly, some people feel most like themselves when no one is watching. And it raises an interesting question. Do people stop posting because they're less confident, or because they've become comfortable enough with themselves that they no longer need to?